good? It's Lil Daddex. You rocking here with Thizzler. Make sure you go like and subscribe. My name is Lil Daddex. I'm from Stockton, California, and I'm a rapper, musician. My last name is Dextrays. And my boys, like, I just always been called Dex growing up. Like, that's was like my nickname growing up. I was Dex. I used to go by Dex when I just did music, you know what I'm saying? But around like all the homies and shit, like, it was like Lil Dad was just like a term we always used, like, what's good with bro? Like, what's up with you, Dad? Like, what's good with you, Lil Dad? And it just kind of stuck, like Lil Daddex, you know what I'm saying? And I just ran with that shit, and yeah. Most people don't even understand that shit. Everyone thinks it's like Daddex or like some shit like that, but I don't really give a fuck. Like, they call me whatever you want. As long as you listening and shit, like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, but it is Lil Daddex, yeah. If you know Stockton, I grew out west by like Country Club. And yeah, I was born and raised out there. It was good, man. I love Stockton. It's a slimy city, but yeah, it's fun. I got all my friends out there, family. I used to produce a lot. Like, I still mess around, but I got two producers. Those are my brothers I've been working with for a few years. My boy OFASHO and my boy J Digital, and like, they do all my shit. And I started doing, growing up, like, I used to play violin and I used to play drums, like, heavy. I was on the drum set super heavy. And I think I just took that to, like, I had gotten a laptop when I was around like middle school, and I started like playing around on GarageBand, making beats and shit. And then I just started fucking around with my boys in the neighborhood, like making funny songs and shit like that, like little parody songs and shit. And then I just fucked around and made one song one day, and like, it was fire, so I just kept running with it and just kept playing around with it. I was a startup for a lot of people, for sure. Yeah, it's easy to use, you know what I'm saying? If I had like this little snowball mic. I don't know if y'all know, like, the little snowballs, like the little stand-up ones, like $100 mic. So I was just playing around with it, like, but it became something cool, so. I've always loved music, you know what I'm saying? I knew OFASHO from high school. I went to high school with him, and he used to actually rap back then too. And then, like, after high school, we just linked up, and we had this house of like, there was like 10 different artists, all homies and shit, that we just had this house together, and like, we all lived there and shit. And that's when I really started working with him and like just experimenting with music. And then we had gotten our own studio at my boy's, like, it was like his mom's like little side business shop she had. And so we was just over there working. We just took that building over and it became our studio. And we just kept going. I was in, I was with my boy J Digital, made that beat. We was just chilling. I had just picked up, it was actually my boy Cozy, who had passed away in October of last year. I was with him, and we were super fucked up one night, and then we went over to the studio, and I think I had already laid down like the hook and shit, but then I went over there, or I had already wrote the hook, so I went over there, already had the beat and everything, and we was just hella fucked up, and I laid that whole shit down in like 30 minutes, and then we just put that shit out like the next day or some shit, like something crazy. That's been like the homie for a while. I went to high school with him as well, but we didn't ever like kick it like that. But he was doing music in Stockton. I was listening to his old shit, and then he hit me up to hop on a record with him probably like a year or two ago, and we did that shit, and it was fire. And he just always, you know, been around and shit, and now that's my brother. I fuck with him super tough, and you know, I'm trying to help him as much as I can, and he's doing great, you know what I'm saying? He got great music, and he's a super talented kid. I just rock with him, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with him. you know, I always stick my neck out for him because he's very talented, and you know, he's gonna be something one day for sure. I'm not sure yet, because all I really care about is making sure like my bros are taken care of and shit, and as far as like, you know, they as long as my producers can get their shit straight and I can have my creative control, then I'm cool. But you know, you never know. Right now I'm just chilling. I'm independent right now. I am talking to labels and shit, but I'm just keeping my options open, and I'm just chilling. I ain't jumping to do nothing right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. We straight right now, so I'm just keeping my options open, trying to play it smart and move correctly, you know what I'm saying? I had my daughter when I was like 19. Found out when I was 18. I had my daughter when I was 19. And it was like a really, honestly, just dark ass time in my life. I was heavy on like Xanax and syrup, like really, really heavy. And like perks and shit like that. I was just like, I dropped out of school, bro, and I was just hanging with the wrong people, you know what I'm saying? I was sipping juice every day and popping Xans every day. And I had found out from my girl that she was pregnant. And I was like, fuck, bro, I just kind of had like, I had a little bit of time to really like reevaluate what I was doing and like get my shit together. Cause I was either gonna, you know, stay on what I was doing and go down that fuck shit path, or get my shit together and, you know, be there for my daughter and be clear-headed and clear-minded and shit. And I just, I remember I had taken like 33 bars, bro, in like 4 days or some shit, in like 3 days, something crazy, bro, like 11 a day. I was popping like big numbers, bro. And like, so and then I stopped feeling shit. And it was right around that time that I had got that call, and I was like, I'm done with this shit, bro. So I really just went cold turkey, bro. Like I cut everybody off. I like took my phone away, like stopped talking to my friends, like everything, bro. And I went into like hibernation for like, probably like 3 months, bro. Really like just kicking the syrup and everything I was on and shit. And yeah, it all worked out cool, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I'd be super proud of myself, because I really came from like, I was in a bad place like not too long ago, you know what I mean? But we really got our shit together and shit's going good, and you know, I was able to flip that script and make shit work. And it was just like, man, right when my daughter came, like I knew I had to prepare for shit and like get my shit together, but like right when my daughter came, it was just like all that shit was out the way. Like, you know, all the thoughts I was having, like fuck, it was just gone, because I just, you know, bro, like right, if you have a child and shit, you know, like right when you really got your child and shit, it's like, you just know, bro, like this is what really matters, you know what I'm saying? Like all this other shit is it's just shit. Like all this other like material shit and like people, like it's just whatever, bro, because really this is what really matters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I love that shit. I really love that shit. I love my daughter. I take pride in that shit. I love being a father and doing shit with her, and I'd rather be with her than go to a party or some shit, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I be now. I be in the house with my daughter. We go do some shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's lovely, bro. I love it, and I think everybody should experience that shit. And yeah, I never thought, when I had my daughter, I was one of those people that was like, I ain't finna have no kids, or I'm straight. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm good off this shit. But everything changed, you know what I'm saying? And it was good for the better, for sure. I always look like, if I ain't have my daughter, I would be on some shit, like really be on some shit, like. So I'm happy everything went the way it did, and you know what I'm saying, everything happens for a reason. It's that shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro, Xanax is like, it's scary, bro. It's a scary drug, bro. People lose themselves with that shit. Like, there are days where I would wake up like off Xanax. I used to take it so much every day, bro. I wouldn't go to bed if I didn't have like 4 of them for the morning, like real talk. So like there's weeks I would be forgetting, like I don't even remember shit. Like that's just like so terrible, bro. Like you can't even remember, like it's just crazy, bro. Xanax is a really fucked up drug. I be telling people to stay away from that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's terrible, bro, it's terrible. I've seen people fall off, like it'll take your life, it's crazy. And then people lace them, like that's what happened to Pete. His shit got laced with fentanyl and now he ain't here no more, bro. It's like, it's crazy, bro. And there's so many fucking fake pills going around, like everybody pressing pills. Everybody, bro, it's crazy. Like, there's more fake pills around than not, so it's like, you can't really trust nobody. If you just buying from some random ass person, it's like, fuck that shit, bro. I got a lot of music. I'm sitting on like, it's a big number. We in the hundreds on songs right now. But I got 2 albums that are finished, all done. I'm just waiting on, you know, I'm just making certain moves right now, so I'm just waiting on dropping everything correctly. And I'm just putting out like singles with videos for the next couple months, and then I'm gonna drop the album. It's either gonna be, I have 2 that are done, so one of them's called Cozy's World, and the other one's called Father Figure. I was just told that he had an album called that, and that's fine. I fuck with REXX Life super tough. I didn't even know that shit, but I fuck with him super tough, and it's all love. Yeah. Hey. I still gotta do that father figure thing though. I have like a whole thing set up. It's gonna be lit. I have a child too. My daughter's 5 years old. Yeah. So it just all kind of goes together with everything. Like, I feel like I kind of took like, I be on that dad shit, I really do. Like I'm a father every day, like that's what I do. Like I'm with my daughter all the time, like, and I just really be trying to push that line, like father figure type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's fire and it's funny at the same time because we be doing like some silly shit with it, but it's gonna be fire.